Hello, my name is Rasmus Blåstad Lind, and I'm going to tell you about the second code hand-in for producial programming. First off here I have two structs, one for my hero and one for my enemy with all kinds of different values inside it. We got the health of the hero, the strength, the agility, and the unsigned charts that I make the logo for the hero, and then a character for the move, and the X and Y position. And I almost got the same for the enemy, just without the health variable. Then I got the first C out here, and that is just an explanation kind of to set the mood. Secondly, I make my hero into my hero struct and make it into a variable and assign it some values. I can example the logo to 2. And then I have a timer as just to show later. I would count it up and it would show how many moves I have taken. And then I make a array of enemies. In this case I want 3 enemies, and place in and give their X and Y values so they are different places on the map. Then I have a while loop here that will run the code again and again as long as I want the game to continue. And then I got instructions on how to move and show the different stats the hero got, like the health, and here we got the strength, and lastly the agility. The strength is gonna be used for combat, and agility gonna be used for escaping. Next up I got my maze. It later will be converted into other signs than it's the number sign I think, and then it's gonna be converted into something that resemble more walls. And that is done here in the for loop. First I check if the place where the hero stand, and then it would check if the hero is in the place and put in the hero instead of a wall or empty space. Then I check for each of the enemies that if they are in the same place as either a wall or a open space, they will be placed there instead of them. And then lastly for the walls and the empty space. And then to make a line end, so it will place on each line, so you can see the maze when it is printed out. Then here I display the timer I talked about and say how many moves I've made. I ask for input for my walk here, and if I press V, the hero will move 1 up in the W is it will move 1 up in the maze. S will move it down, A will move it to the left, and D will move it to the right. And that is by manipulating the X and Y value for my hero. Then I got a for loop that make the enemy moves, and that is made as a simple AI. The enemy will simply move closer to the hero each time the while loop moves through. Here I got a lot of different values for my fighting system. The first is Boolean value that determines if I am in combat or if I want to fight or flee. And then I got one for the option, fight or flee, and that is an input, and then gonna play press in character, and based on that he would either fight or flee. Then I got some shorts here that it is based on the agility and the strength. They're gonna get some value into that, use the modulus, and then they compare the value. I'm gonna show it later. Then new spawn points for the enemies. Each time they die or I manage to flee them, I'm gonna replace them at a new spawn point. And then to choose between the different spawn points, I made this short, the last one, and that is that I count up each time one enemy disappear, and then they will place in different spawn points. You can see that here in the for loop. First check if the hero and the enemy are standing on the same place. I use for loop to check each enemy. Then I will change the variable to true, and that will start a while loop down here. Then I will assign new x and y value based on the spawn points to my enemy, and then I'm gonna make a count and reset it if it gets over 2, or if it gets, yeah, so it will start over the spawn points. Then if they are in combat, I'm making a lot of line shift, so it's like now we are on a combat scene, and then I'm telling them to press L for flee and F for fight, and you can get a level if you win a fight. And then down here I make an if statement that said if they pressed F, the fight will be true, and if they press L, the flee will be true. And first off here I got the whole flee procedure, the flee, yeah, and that I used the agility for, and I just use one of the enemies because all the enemies got the same agility. And then we take modulus of a random number to the agility they got and assign it to the flee value, the flee variable for the hero and the enemy. Then I'm just gonna tell what each of the hero and the enemy rolled, and if the hero flee is higher than the enemy flee, we'll get away, and in combat will be false, and we'll get back to the while loop before. If it is not true, the hero health will be made smaller by the difference in the enemy flee and the hero flee. And then I will just tell them how much life we got left. Yeah, that shouldn't say 1. You lost health just. Then I got the fight, and I basically do the same. I just make the enemy a bit stronger because it's able to get level down here. And so in the start the enemy got an advantage, but as we win more fights we will catch up on them. And I got my level statement here to just tell the user that we got a level. And if we win here, that is what we did here, just saying if hero fight value of the hero is larger than fight value of the enemy, we get a level and we will stop the combat. And if we lose, again we will use the difference in the fight value for the enemy and the fight value for the hero, and display you lost the fight and you got this much health left. Lastly, to check if the hero has made it out of the maze, I've just made an if statement that says if they are in that position, they will have won the game, and the for loop would stop, and we will display, congratulations, you made it out of the maze, you are a hero. And each time that is the timer here, it's just put at the end of the while loop, and everything will be counting up. Just to show you the game, right here, and we can move up by pressing F, and if an enemy come near me, I will get the screen here, and I can fight, and this time I lost, I can fight again, and then I made it out and got a level. Then I can try and meet another enemy, and then I can press flee, and this time I didn't get away, I can press flee again, and then I got away. Thank you for listening. I'm out.